by Falcon, Paladin, and Omicron. Falcon hates puns and thinks that they're all wrong. One's American and one is an Aussie. Talking about StarCraft 2 and the esports scene.
Hello and welcome to the happy, healthy edition of the podcast, because we're both completely recovered, right?
Mostly recovered.
You sound good.
Is that okay? Can I still participate?
You can still participate.
Okay, excellent.
I mean, you sound significantly better than you did last week. I feel
Yes.
about the same.
As you did a week ago?
More or less, yeah.
It
might be that I got up yesterday and then went to work and I'm quite tired.
Ah, yes.
Given that I went to work on my day off. And, that sucks. Don't do that, people.
No, that totally sucks. I recommend against this wholeheartedly. Omicron is living a poor life right now.
It's true.
Going into work when he doesn't have to work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I mean, the money's good, I guess.
Yeah. It's like overtime?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. Well, all right. It's cool. We'll allow it then for the money, I suppose. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I woke up this morning and I didn't have to blow out any gallons of phlegm out my nose, so that was good.
Makes one of us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We're all recovered, I guess. It's my socialized healthcare that's holding me back. It's gotta be what it is.
Totally is. Yep, 100%. Did I see a doctor for this? Not
Nope.
even close.
Did I? Nope.
No. Even though it's free.
Wow. I mean, it's only free if you don't value your time.
Good point. How much is your time worth? These are
lot.
questions.
A lot.
A lot. It's worth a lot.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars per minute.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, we're dudes. And dudes are reluctant to go see the doctor anyway. So we have to add that into the equation.
Also true, yes.
I don't know. I'm 40 now. And like I've been, the ads are like, you should be screened for colon cancer when you're 40. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. That sounds terrible.
I mean, that you should do.
know. I didn't say I shouldn't. It just sounds terrible.
I mean, it's just a finger. Come on.
I don't think it is. I think it's a whole thing.
Oh.
I think it's a tube. I think
think
there's
it's like a tube with a
investigations going on. Yeah.
No. The prostate's just like a finger or three. Like, it's fine.
Well, that's prostate cancer. I'm talking about colon cancer.
You do them both at the same time, don't you?
Beats me. I've never been 40 before.
Maybe you should talk to your doctor.
Poor Aki. Aki is getting closer to death because I am.
Mm.
Sorry about that. I'll try to slow it down? Question mark.
I mean, I'm getting closer to 40 then. Oh my god. My
That's
good
true.
lord, the vapors.
I must lie down. Rest a spell.
Exactly. I mean, it hasn't helped that, like, I've been attending, like, a niece's birthday party. She's, like, 3. I'm like, oh my god. The middle one's 3 now. Like, this isn't right. I remember when she was 1. And there's a new one that's 1. The time just keeps rolling on. The oldest is, like, 11 now. When did that happen?
It doesn't. It doesn't get better. It doesn't get easier. That's for sure.
Oh. Yeah. Kids.
I know. Constant reminders that things are going poorly for us. How dare they?
I mean, I wouldn't say things are going too poorly for either of us. I just that time is moving on. I mean, I'm having a good time. I'm doing okay. I'm getting old, but I'm doing okay. I'm not saying I'm, kids are an example of how my life is in tatters because I don't have any.
It's not. No. I just meant the getting closer to death thing. They're just constant reminders.
Right.
Because they are visibly getting older when we're not as visibly getting older. We've kind of slowed down the visibly aging process. Right?
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I mean, it might not be visible, but boy, do my joints feel it.
Yeah, truth.
Yeah.
Truth,
Ugh.
truth. Yeah, I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna go back to the gym tomorrow or not. 'Cause I haven't gone for like the last 2.5 weeks because I've been
Sick.
disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, feeling
Well.
like I got more energy. I replaced a light bulb today.
Ooh.
And a tough one to get to. I've got this like elevated porch area,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a light bulb screwed into a fixture way, way like 2 stories up. So I had to get out the ladder, and I had to like, and then the ladder's not even tall enough for me to reach up there. I have to get like this extendo grabo thing. So I'm like, "Ugh, come on, come out of there. It sucked, but I did it because I was feeling better. So hooray.
I bet that just brightened your day, didn't it?
It did because it's nice when that light is on. It makes my house look nicer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Here's the
More
real question.
inviting, even though nobody comes here.
The real question is, do you have to shovel your driveway to go to the gym?
Maybe. It's
Maybe.
raining right now, and it could
Mhm.
very easily turn into snow overnight. Oh, you're right. If I wake up tomorrow and I'm like, gonna go to the gym, and there's like a foot of snow in my driveway, I'm gonna be like, nah.
Exactly.
Good call. Look at you anticipating. Good job.
It's like I've known you for 5 years or something.
I know. You've never even shoveled snow, and you knew to think about snow. That's impressive.
Yeah. Well, I'm always thinking about snow.
Are you?
No.
No. I was like, why? Got it.
Well, I mean, it's the logical leap for like, should I leave my house? It's like, what are the conditions? For me, it's raining.
Yeah.
Here, it's winter, so it's snow.
Yeah. Although, I
makes
mean,
sense.
again, it's raining right now, so it's not cold enough for that.
True. True.
Yeah. We're actually had enough snow and just overall precipitation that we might be out of drought conditions for this summer, which would be like the
Ooh,
first time in 5 years.
neat.
Yeah. Like our elevated mountain ranges are getting tons of snow. It's raining down here. That means it's snowing up there, and it's all packing in there. And how it works here is it all packs up there, and then it melts over the summer, and that's where we get our water from. So yeah, the more snowpack we have, the better it is. And like the snowpack levels are just fantastic. So it's great. It's been a very wet winter so far, and it's supposed to continue to be so. So that's good for the state of the state.
Excellent.
Very happy about that. Yeah.
You get to water your grass this year.
Yeah. Yeah. That was something we did last summer. They were like, don't water, or like water once a week. And it was like, okay, my lawn's gonna die, but whatever. I don't really care.
I mean, maybe just replace it with like AstroTurf or something at this point. Way cheaper
Yeah.
on the water.
AstroTurf gets hot though. Like it absorbs and reflects heat way better, way more than real grass does.
Okay.
You can't like walk on it barefoot. It's just like blazing hot. So I don't know. I was thinking about doing xeriscaping,
Get
which is
thongs.
where, huh?
Get some thongs.
Don't walk outside barefoot, dummy.
Yeah, do the Australian thing. Get some flip flops. You'll be fine. Like,
I know. But have we talked about xeriscaping before?
is that where you just make like pebbles and stuff everywhere? Or?
Yeah. So it's like rocks and
Yeah.
plants native to the area. So like cactus and
I mean,
other stuff.
rocks famously don't absorb heat. When you walk on them barefoot, it'll be fine.
Lighter color ones don't, actually. They do a good job reflecting that heat and that sunlight.
Okay.
Which is what xeriscaping. They don't put like obsidian in your yard.
Right. I'm just saying that, like fake grass versus rocks. I mean,
Yeah.
at least the fake grass will be comfortable to walk on. Walking on even still quite warm pebbles, I feel like barefoot is far more uncomfortable than like hot fake grass.
True facts. Walking on rocks is inferior. You're right. So if we're concerned about the ability to walk on the lawn, neither of these options are super great.
Is it possible to just turn your entire backyard into a pool? Like the entire thing?
Yeah, it costs like $100,000, but
Hey, man,
probably.
You're nearly at 60k YouTube subscribers. You should be able to afford it.
Yes, that's how that works.
Uh-huh.
60,000 YouTube subscribers means you can afford a pool.
You get
No.
one per subscriber every year, don't you? Like $1. That's
Yeah,
how that
right.
works.
No. No. It's actually funny how different it is. Did you see that Seth Everman video that I posted in the Discord the other day?
Seth Everman.
So Seth Everman, he's a bald, I think he's Swedish. He's like Scandinavian.
Yeah.
He makes funny kind of music related videos. And he posted a video the other day where he talks about a 45-second video he posted where he kind of riffed on Bad Guy by Billie Eilish.
Oh, I did see something about this. Yeah, and
Yeah.
it
And
got
so he
92
got,
million views, but made
yeah.
like, no money.
Well, it wasn't nothing. It was like $30,000, but that comes out to like 30 cents per 1,000 views, which is like, whoa. I'm not going to tell you what my CPM is, but it's a lot more than 30 cents per 1,000. I can tell you that much. Holy crap. Yeah, I was like, man, YouTube really does like longer videos. They hate short videos
Which
with a
is
fiery passion.
I don't think that's true. I think everything on YouTube is trending short.
Well, they're trying. I just got an email about, hey, we're monetizing shorts in a better way now. And it's like, oh, really? It's only been like 2 years since you started doing this. They're trying. You're right. They're trying. But I mean, this video was from 2, 3, 4 years ago. So.
Oh, was it? Is Bad Guy that old a song?
Bad Guy? I'm pretty sure.
I feel like that came out last year. Like middle of last year.
3 years ago is when he posted how to create Billie Eilish's Bad Guy. I'm not getting a specific. Oh, I am. April 13th, 2019, Somicron.
Oh.
So almost 4 years ago. Yeah.
Time has no meaning.
No, it really doesn't. That's pre-COVID, man. That is a pre-COVID YouTube video.
Yep.
Yeah, so back then, shorts didn't exist, and YouTube was like, screw you, videos need to be 10 minutes or longer, and Seth Everman was like, no, but then he learned his lesson, holy cow.
Yeah.
Like, you'll notice that this video he posted is definitely longer than 10 minutes. Like, he's adding jokes and memes and stuff, and he's trying to stretch it out a little bit. It's like, I know, I see what's going on here, Seth, I get it, you play that game.
I definitely think, like, there's a lot of people who are, like, making the content they want to make, and it just happens to go over 10 minutes. Like 9 months ago, this guy also posted a video, Seth Everman's Mansion Tour 2022, which wow, flex dude, but it's 9 minutes and 45 seconds. It's like you couldn't find 15 seconds to get it over that 10-minute mark. I feel like this guy's maybe just making the content he wants to make. But there was definitely a couple of years there where it's like every video on my feed is like 10 minutes and 1 second. Yeah, because everyone's like, I figured out one quirk of the algorithm. Time to do it.
I'm sure it's different now because they're always changing that target for us because they don't want us to game it too hard. But yeah. I don't know. He's a funny guy. Like, I liked his video talking about the CPM, and he's like, and if it's a financial video, for some reason the CPM can be as high as like $30. He's like, so I'm gonna start doing financial advice videos. And then all the comments on this are like, thank you for the financial advice, Seth. I really found this financial video very educational.
Really got to be careful when giving out financial advice. I feel like there's a reason every shady crypto bro's like, my tweets are not financial advice, you know?
Yeah.
So just be careful when you're playing that game, I guess.
Yeah, you just got to say not financial advice, just NFA. You're good to go.
Yep.
It's easy. That's all he has to do.
Yep, buy blue chips, NFA.
Yeah. Not that the stock market's killing it over the last 12 months or anything, but yeah.
Not particularly.
Not great. Anywho, yeah, we are all over the place, aren't we?
We are a financial podcast, NFA.
Yes, we are a financial podcast now. We will get a high CPM for our podcast.
We will get a CPM. It'll be a first.
We shall discover a CPM. Exactly. Awesome. All right. Well, what else do we need to talk about here today? Are we watching any of the same things right now? Now that Chainsaw Man is over, I don't know that we are.
I don't think we're watching anything the same.
No.
What are you watching? Walk me
I
through it.
watched a couple movies actually this week. I
Mhm.
ended up watching The Northman,
Okay.
which is a very well done, very weird, very violent, crazy movie.
Okay.
It is basically the story of Shakespeare's Hamlet, except set in Viking times and geographies rather than like Denmark, where Hamlet is originally set.
Mm-hmm.
A prince, his father gets killed. He swears revenge. It's his uncle. Blah blah blah. It's a fairly simple story, and there's like prophecies and spirit visions and stuff, and all the stuff you get with Hamlet too, right? He sees ghosts.
So, just a point of clarification. You said
Yo,
Hamlet was set in like Denmark?
Shakespeare's.
Yeah, because you were like, it's from Viking places now instead of like Denmark where it was originally set. But
Yeah,
Vikings are from Denmark.
are they
So, yeah, Denmark, Sweden, and
originally?
Norway. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, cool. Never mind. It's the same place then. It's a different time frame.
Yeah, sorry.
Got it. Oh, thank you. I did not actually know that. I've learned something today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so anyway, the performances are amazing. The cinematography is gorgeous. Like consistently the shots, I'm like, wow, that's a great shot. And I don't do that a lot. So if it got to me, then it means I think it was pretty good.
Yeah,
Anya Taylor-Joy's in there. She's killing it, even though she's a blonde and not a redhead. It's okay. She's fantastic.
I'm out.
Yeah, like there's a part where our hero murders two dudes in cold blood, cuts up their bodies, and builds a horse out of them.
Okay. Builds a horse.
It's like a
Yeah.
two-dimensional horse that he puts up against a building. It's like he
Right.
nails up like this human leg is a horse leg, and these two torsos and this arm is the torso of the horse, right?
It's an
Yeah,
impressionist art. Yeah.
yeah. And it was like, ooh, okay, this show, all right then. Nicole Kidman's in there. She's great. She does
Oh
a great
yeah.
job too.
She's good in everything she's in, pretty much.
Yeah, she is. I was like, Nicole Kidman's in this. What the heck? I haven't seen her in a while.
Hmm.
She's awesome.
Yeah.
Ethan Hawke's in there for like 20 minutes.
Okay. Okay.
Anyway, it was good. I
Thank you.
think it was good. It wasn't like the best thing I've ever seen, but it was pretty well done.
I watched 1.5 movies. Well, maybe like 1.25.
Mm,
I watched
okay.
The Batman today.
Oh,
Not
you
today,
did?
like a couple of weeks ago. Not a couple of weeks ago.
Ah,
This week. Time is irrelevant. I don't know
it
when I
is.
watched it. I watched it recently.
I watched it when it came out in theaters. I mean,
Oh,
this week.
yeah.
I mean, yesterday.
I mean, both of those things could be true. Because I did watch it in theaters, and I just rewatched it. It was still thoroughly
Oh,
enjoyable, and I
okay.
tried to watch. So I saw a Reddit post about Ocean's 8, the Ocean's 11 spin-off,
Yeah.
and
Right.
boy, was that unengaging.
Yes.
So I got like 20, 30 minutes in and was like, okay, I think I'm done here.
Ocean's 11's is smart and funny and tightly written, and the characterization is fantastic. And then the rest of the Ocean's movies are like, blah, we don't know, we can't do that anymore. We have a huge cast and can't make anything good. I was like, oh, okay, great.
Don't get me wrong. I enjoy Oceans 12 and 13. I think they're train wrecks, but I enjoy them.
Okay. In a train wreck sense, fair.
Yeah. Oceans 8 is neither fun nor enjoyable as a train wreck. I don't know
Oh,
why.
interesting. It's lower on the totem pole. Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't work for some reason.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it. I definitely saw Ocean's 8 in theaters, and I do not remember a lot about it. No. Because I didn't enjoy it. I have a hard time with that.
No, that's
Wait,
fair.
hold on. Is Ocean's 8 the all-female cast one?
Yeah.
Never mind, I didn't see that one.
You might be thinking like Ocean's 13 or something.
Yeah. Totally. Huh. 2018 movie.
Huh.
Yeah, and isn't like a big part of the plot that Julia Roberts looks like Julia Roberts?
That's in Ocean's 12, I think.
That one 12 or 13. Oh, okay. I thought that
Yeah.
was in 8.
No, because Julia Robbins plays Danny's wife. So
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're right. So it's not 8.
yeah, and here's the thing: that movie's terrible, but I love that scene because they run into Bruce Willis, and Bruce Willis is playing Bruce Willis, who knows Julia Roberts. So she has to pretend to be Julia Roberts as Julia Roberts, who is not Julia Roberts. It's It's fun. I love that stuff.
It's weird meta. I don't like it, but I respect your appreciation for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anywho, so yeah, 8. You couldn't get through the whole thing.
Nope.
I can
could not.
respect that.
I
I
might
think I
try
want the
again.
cinema sins about it because I
Maybe.
feel like, as I'm thinking about it, it's like a jewelry heist.
Mm-hmm. They're trying to steal some
Yeah.
diamonds or jewelry or something.
Yeah. Okay. So I think I watched the cinema sins video for it.
Okay.
My
Fair
brain
enough.
was like, "You've seen the movie," and then I was like, "No, I have
Well-
not seen the movie. That is not true."
Maybe you've seen the pitch meeting of it.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Anywho, okay, good. Ocean's 8, not recommended by the Falcon Paladin Hour.
Nope.
Nailed it. What else did I watch? So everyone's talking about the new Knives Out Glass Onions movie,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
and I was like, I never actually watched Knives Out.
Neither have I.
So
Is it
I was
good?
like, so maybe I should watch Knives Out before I watch this Glass Onions thing. And then what's funny is I watched Knives Out, and
Mhm.
then like I read a couple things about Glass Onions, and I was like, that doesn't sound good. I didn't bother watching it. So I just watched the original Knives Out this week and didn't bother with the new one.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I thought it was pretty good.
Mhm.
So I mean, I love Daniel Craig. I love Daniel Craig. He's doing this super weird Louisiana Southern accent
Oh, okay.
that I don't. At first, I was like, "This sucks. I really don't like this for Daniel Craig."
Uh-huh.
But then it kind of grew on me as the movie went on.
Oh,
I was kind of like, "Oh, okay, that's the character he's playing, and he does talk like this." And I was believing it. I'm like, "Daniel Craig, you did it again, man. I didn't even like what you were doing." And then over the course of an hour and a half, I was like, "All right, you won me over. That's good stuff, Daniel Craig. Well done."
Fair enough.
Yeah, so he's great in there. They've got Chris Evans, Captain America, in there.
Joseph
And
Gordon-Levitt, Jamie Lee Curtis. Yeah, big cast.
Jason Gordon-Levitt's in that?
Mm,
No, he's
I-
not.
I just typed Knives Out, and the autocomplete for cast has Joseph
Uh-huh.
Gordon-Levitt, a detective, hard, something like it. Trails off.
Oh, he's in the Glass Onion one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
It's
he's not in the first
differentiating.
one. I was like, if he's in Knives Out, he has got some crazy makeup on because I do not remember seeing him at all.
Right. Well,
Got
fair
it.
enough. It's giving
Got
me
it.
the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I mean, whatever. I'm sure Google's struggling with the whole Knives Out versus Knives Out Glass Onion thing at the moment, so
Yeah.
very
maybe.
confusing. So anyway, so he's in there, and when this came out, this was like right after he'd stopped playing Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
So you have this like inherent desire to trust him,
Mm-hmm.
and then the movie's like, haha, you weren't supposed to, and you're like, oh no, well, Captain America, why? It's pretty funny.
And you found out he really was America's ass.
Yeah. In a different way than the movies meant it at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Fair enough. So you're a big fan of Ryan Johnson's work, as I
Right. And I was like, oh, it's like directed by Ryan at the very beginning, Ryan Johnson. And I'm like, oh, that's right. It's Ryan Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's good. Pretty good. I don't know. I mean, I do know what happened to Star Wars. Ryan Johnson said, we're going to deconstruct Star Wars in the second movie in a trilogy. So let's have fun with that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Great
Yeah.
job. Yeah. Real
Yeah.
bang-up
And I like
performance. Yeah.
I like Looper too. He directed Looper, and I thought
Oh,
that was
did he?
pretty good. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So that's the thing. When they were like, Ryan Johnson's going to direct a Star Wars
Oh.
movie, I was like, okay.
Oh, Looper.
right.
That movie. I haven't seen that movie.
Yeah.
I get-
It's pretty it's time travel-y, and it has some problems, but it's pretty good. I enjoyed it.
I get Looper confused with Jumper every time
Oh.
someone talks about it.
Yep. No, that's entirely understandable. Didn't they come out like around the same time too?
Jumper came out 4 years earlier.
Okay, so not super close.
Not super close, no.
No. Yeah. No, my brain gets those confused too, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So am I right? Was it Looper with Ryan Johnson?
Yeah, Looper.
Yeah. Okay, 2012.
Mm-hmm.
With Bruce Willis, and that one is Jason Gordon-Levitt. I'm pretty sure.
Is it? Yes, I see him in the cast list.
Yeah. Look at me remembering stuff. Hooray.
Ooh. Good job.
Yeah. Anywho, so Ryan Johnson directs Glass Onion. Ana de Armas is starring in it, and she kills it. She's so good. And I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis is in there doing great stuff. Yeah, just the cast overall is really well done. There's just a lot of subtlety to it too. Like, there's definitely some social messaging in there, but they're not like, here's why doing this is bad. It's just like kind of woven in. Like, one thing that really stuck out to me was Ana de Armas plays the medical helper
Mm.
for the
Mm.
elderly father of this very rich family.
Okay.
So she's there a lot. She's giving him medication, she's doing all this stuff. And they're all, well, there's two things I want to say. So, number one, they're all like, you're part of the family. Thanks for taking care of dad. We love you. But every time one of them says what country she's from, they say a different country. Like, they say she's from Colombia and Ecuador and Brazil and Nicaragua and Chile. Like, none of them agree on what country she's from.
Is this supposed to be they're all just assuming based on looks and accent, or has she deliberately lied and told them each a different place?
No. I just think they don't actually care about her enough to remember important details about her life.
Okay. Fair enough.
Is what it is. Like, it's all this superficial, we love you, come sit with us, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's another moment where the family's having this heated discussion, ironically, about how they're treating her. And one of the sons is like really strenuously saying, like, she's part of the family, like, we trust her and stuff. And he's got a plate that he's been eating like some crackers off of. And he kind of absent-mindedly, like in the middle of a point, tries to hand it to her so that she'll take it for him, like she's a maid, right?
Right.
But he doesn't even notice he's doing it.
Right.
And she doesn't take it because she's not the help.
Right.
But the movie's not like, look what this guy's doing. Isn't he a doofus? It happens. And then we just move on.
Oh, right.
It's good. It's really sport stuff. So
it's there if you notice it.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm really late to this party, but definitely Knives Out was a pretty good time. Not bad.
Fair enough. Can't argue with that.
No, I don't think so.
Anything else
go ahead.
that you're watching?
Oh, I finished watching Tales of the Jedi on Disney Plus.
Okay, yeah.
And there's a scene where they're like, here's a scene you've seen before. They really telegraph that. Like, this is something from Clone Wars, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I don't remember that scene at all. And I was like, did I watch all of Clone Wars? Because I thought I had. I totally thought I had. Because when the final season came out, like, several years after the series originally ended, I'm pretty sure I watched all of it. But then today I went through and I looked and I was like, oh, I watched half of it. And then I stopped and I never finished. Because there's this stupid plot line for like 3 episodes in the middle of the final season of these 2 dumb sisters who like try to run their own repair shop on Coruscant. And they've got the stupid Gen Z haircuts. And they're crazy annoying. The broccoli haircuts. You know what I'm talking about. You don't know what the Gen Z haircut is?
I don't speak to a lot of Gen Zers.
Google that real quick.
Gen Z haircut.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's the shaved sides.
Yep.
It's like a
and then like the curly
not groomed mohawk.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I hate them, and a lot of people hate them, and I'm pretty sure I was just like a 3rd episode with these 2, and I just like put it down and never came back to it. But then apparently they disappear entirely from the story, and the last 4 episodes of the season are great. So I should have watched those the whole time because it's pretty good stuff. It's like a lot of like Order 66 stuff from the perspective of a couple characters that we don't see in the movie and Revenge of the Sith. And I mean, just the way the Clone Wars ends, it's just it's so well done. I don't know if
take your word for it. I'm
not
interested in watching the Clone Wars. Like the kind of like kids animated Star Wars shows, I was super out on when they were like, hey, we've got actual magic. We're bringing back Darth Maul for fun, and he's a spider. And there's
Right.
anti-force propelling foxes or something, or like ferrets. Yeah, and they're like,
Uh-huh.
the force binds everything except for these fucking foxes. So we're gonna drape them over our stuff so the Jedi can't harm us with the force. You know, I was like, that's
Yeah.
stupid. I'm out.
And that's the thing with Clone Wars. There is definitely a lot of like, this is kids show dumb stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but they also have some really good moments. That's like, hey, you like Star Wars, you're an adult, here's some things. And it's like, well, why is the whole show not like this? Like, why is there not a consistent tone here? I don't know.
Mm,
I hear you. I do.
good.
But there's just so so the final shot of Ahsoka is she basically is forced to kill like a bunch of clone troopers to escape Order 66.
Mm-hmm.
And she creates kind of this little graveyard for them. She puts their helmets on their rifles, like very military type stuff, right?
Right.
And then she drops her lightsabers and she leaves. And then the show doesn't, there's no dialogue here at all. Like she does this, she's real sad about it. It sucks. She gives up being any kind of a Jedi, bails. And then it cuts to the same location, but it's really snowed over. And there are like probe droids and snow troopers and stuff kind of hunting around
Mm.
this area. And then Vader comes in. He walks over to this little makeshift graveyard thing. He picks up Ahsoka's lightsaber. He lights it. He turns it off. He turns around and he leaves. That's it. No dialogue, no nothing.
Mm-hmm.
There's hardly any music either. It's just so good. Just puts a total end to the relationship between Anakin and Ashoka without saying anything, with no lines whatsoever. They don't need to say it because we know what's going on, what they're thinking about. And it was just, I don't know. I thought it was a really elegant way to end Clone Wars. I just thought it was a way for them to kind of wrap things up. What was this show about? We're going to give you some Vader, but he's not going to be, he's not going to be murdering people. He's not going to be scary. He's not going to be threatening. He's just going to have this moment where he remembers somebody that he loved, and that's it. And then we're done. So anyway, that was nice. I'm kind of sad that I skipped out on that
Well,
back when I originally watched the last season.
well, thanks for ruining the ending for me. And
You know
everyone else
what?
watching.
You
What?
deserve it. You
Oh,
deserve having the ending ruined for you.
wow. I don't think that's true.
Well, that's how I feel anyway.
Well, okay
Yeah.
then.
And then Disney Plus was like, the Bad Batch is back. And I was like, I don't know if I like the Bad Batch all that much. Is Omega still in there? And I looked and I'm like, Omega's still in there. All right.
Think that's a character that you like?
No, she's not actually.
Oh.
She's a clone. She's a clone. That's a girl, and she's young.
Okay, so is
So
she
She's
she-
like,
is she like, are we supposed to believe that she's a clone of Boba Fett
yeah,
or Jango Fett? Okay, they just like gender swapped her for some reason.
uh-huh.
Okay.
And
Because like you say clone, I'm like, well, she could be a clone of anyone, right? But no.
All right,
she's
sorry. Well, I mean,
specific clone.
Apparently the only cloning in the Star Wars universe is this. No
Right.
one ever does any other cloning for some reason, even though the technology's out there.
Well, I mean, the Emperor cloned a bunch of Snokes, didn't he? And maybe himself.
Well, implied, sure, but that's never ever explored or discussed at all. Good point though. Yeah.
Mm.
So Omega is like Jango in that Boba Fett like Boba, because Jango's the dad.
Right.
So Boba was created and then aged normally instead of having his aging accelerated like the clones that are going off to war.
Right.
And Omega's the same way. She was created to grow normally, and so she's like 10. Even though she was created at the same time as all these clones that are adult men, right?
Right, but all the clones that are adult men are gen-hanced to age quickly for combat.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
But hold on.
Yeah.
When's this story set? In like the middle of the Clone Wars?
Right after Order 66.
Okay, so assuming she was made around the same time as Boba, who is also like a 12-year-old kid,
Uh-huh.
she would be older than 10?
Yeah, maybe she's like 12
Like,
or 14. It's hard.
okay.
They're animated. It's hard to tell exactly how old they are. And
Okay,
Star Wars never cares about ages.
no, that's true.
Yeah.
That's, yeah, okay. I'm just trying to get a picture of this character.
Hmm.
Because, I mean, even in animated shows, child actors are never convincing. Like, I
Yeah.
have a hard time looking at that being like, yeah, you're a believable kid. Because all the kids I know are like, run around screaming and stuff, right? Like, I can't imagine
Falling
a
out of
kid
windows and picking up snakes.
and like, I don't know, deflating the jumping castle while they're on it, you know?
Right.
um,
100%.
so
Yeah.
it's just hard to be like, oh yes, this child has the mental acuity to engage reasonably in this high stress situation, like a war, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
But if it's closer to 15, I can be like, okay, if you've lived through some stuff, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And so we have these like battle hardened clones that have been through the Clone Wars. Like they've been shot at and killed
Right.
people a lot. And
Right.
then they dump this like 12-year-old girl in there and it's like, so what do you have in common? And then she's like, she wants to be smarter than them. She's always trying to like boss them around and like, are you serious? You are 12. Stop telling us what to do. And I'm just like, they're right. Stop telling him what to do. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
she sucks.
Okay. Sounds like Leia in the Obi-Wan Kenobi show.
she's a lot of Leia. And the one thing that gives me hope for her character is that's kind of how Ahsoka started out when she was introduced in Clone Wars. She was a little know-it-all and she was smarmy and she thought she knew better than everybody.
Right.
But then she had enough character development over like 8 seasons that she grew and like learned not to be a little smartass all the time and she became
Right.
great. So I don't know. Maybe they're just doing the same trick with Omega. Because it sure seems like they're trying it. So I don't know. We'll see if it works. I don't know if I'm going to keep watching, but
Fair enough.
yeah.
Fair enough.
Bad batch. Yeah, the Star Wars.
So is that it for what you're watching?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Because it is officially winter season of anime, so naturally I've picked up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 shows.
Oh, that's a lot.
And only 8 of them are isekais, so
you love your isekais so much.
Don't worry, I intend to probably burn out and drop a couple of these. Actually, no, only 7, I think. Yeah. Never mind.
Find someone who loves you as much as Samakran loves isekais.
Look.
That's my recommendation in life.
I don't know if that's a wise thing. That might be a pretty one-sided relationship. So
definitely.
I'm gonna go through a couple of these real quick. By the grace of the gods, it's a second season to a pretty bland show about a guy who gets reincarnated, lives in another world. Go figure. He runs a laundry business with slimes. Like he wants to spend his time like researching slimes. The show literally has no villains, no antagonists until the first episode of season 2, where there's a couple of guys who come in and try to defame his laundry business by like giving them clothes and then claiming they're still dirty without checking them. Because they pull them out of the bag to be like, look, they're still dirty, and then they're clean, and everyone laughs at them. Those are the only two villains that are in the show so far.
I can respect that. I think that sounds cool.
It's not. It's a bit tedious. Bofuri, which is I don't want to get hurt, so I'll max out my defense, is a charming isekai about teen Japanese girls who play video games, and she was like, I don't want to get hurt, so she put all of her stats into defense, and then the game that they play is utterly broken, and basically she can't take damage, and breaks the game and becomes like a giant PvP nightmare because she can't take damage.
You're right. She's min-maxing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun, but it's a sequel, so I don't recommend picking it up
Okay.
midway through. Yep.
Mhm,
Um,
mhm.
the
Are we doing
next.
this by rank? Like the worst ones are at the bottom?
Oh no, I'm just
We're
going
not
through.
doing that. Okay.
No. I'm just the ones that I'll recommend. I'll recommend. So chilling in my mid-30s after getting fired from the Demon King's army. Uh, this isn't actually an isekai. It's just a straight up like fantasy world. Um, where this guy wants tits and finds out that he's actually a human and not a demon, because apparently demons look the same as humans, but they can use magic, but he can't use magic, and now realizes he's a human after he gets fired from the Demon King's army. And then is honey trapped into staying in a town. That's basically it. Because he turns out to be pretty powerful, and they're like, we need someone strong to defend the town, and he's like, you're the innkeeper's daughter.
Wait, so he does have magic, or he doesn't have
No,
magic?
he doesn't have magic. He has what humans have, which is not magic, but it's aura, and they can infuse their aura into their weapons to
So
cast
he's real
spells.
good at human magic.
Yes, but he didn't know
Okay.
he could do human magic because he thought he was a demon. Oh my god!
Right. Because he's always been trying to do demon magic this whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that one. I
So
mean,
then he's like, please sell your daughter into sexual slavery for me and I'll help you
no,
out.
no, no, no. It's not that. It's not that explicit. It's more like she's like, "Thank you for saving me," as I wear this low cut top, and he's like, "You know what? I think I will hang around for a bit." It's
Oh, okay.
yeah. It better get funny quickly, otherwise it's gonna get real thin real quick.
Yeah.
Handyman Saito in another world. Basically, a handyman gets teleported into a fantasy world, and is then like gets hired as like a thief in a party to open locks because he can pick locks, but he also like works with leather to make bags and like repairs rents in armor and stuff like that, and sharpens daggers at, like the general store. It's strange because the story is kind of jumps over the place in the first episode, trying to like introduce the characters and like his skill set. But basically, he feels like there were a lot of handymen in Japan, and so in Japan he was like abused because there's like 10 people waiting to take his job, and so he wasn't treated very well. And now he's worried that he's going to get the same in this world. But it turns out when you can kind of do anything because you have modern knowledge in a fantasy world, you become pretty important, and people will try to keep you around.
For sure.
There's some funny jokes. Like the wizard in his party is like level 80, but he's old, so he can't remember his spells. Like gets halfway through an incantation, and he's like, "What was the next line?"
That sounds real dangerous.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's funny. I'm enjoying that one so far. Let's see. The next isekai is saving 80,000 gold in another world for my retirement.
Okay.
So some bullies in high school push a girl off a cliff, and while she's falling, she screams out that she doesn't want to die and teleports herself into another world. Turns out
That's not how isekai works. You got to get hit by a truck.
you would think.
Or like hit the ground at least.
No, she doesn't hit the ground.
She doesn't hit the ground?
Her psychic scream found an interdimensional traveler and was so painful to it, she absorbed part of its soul and its ability to jump between worlds, and now she can do it at will. So
Oh. She's America from the Doctor Strange movie.
yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she jumps back and forth to her old house in our world to get like her older brother's like slingshot and pocket knife, so she has a way to fight wolves. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but she really
Japan. No one has any guns, right?
right no. Although he has airsoft guns, and there's like the you know how there's like a fun little scene where they'll be like, all right, this is where the ad break would go if this was airing on TV.
Right.
And so it's not canon, but yeah, they show her holding a gun, and one of those, I'm like, is she gonna get a gun? That's an interesting premise in a fantasy world with my gun.
Yeah,
I'm waiting for that light
novel. Never seen that one before. Nope, not once. I'm sure.
Not once.
Nope.
So yeah, she basically just like, I need to make money. I can take modern goods from our world and sell them in here, and then have money.
They'll love Twinkies. Yeah.
Yep. and like tissues and toilet paper and
Oh, well.
stovetops and
If you want to be
axes.
boring, sure.
Yeah. So there's that. The next one is Ningen Fusion. Adventurers who don't believe in humanity will save the world.
Sure.
So basically, there are 4 people who all got screwed out of their last parties by like vindictive people or people looking to manipulate them. And so they join a party together, but they don't know how to trust each other. So they're trying to work that out and like rediscover their faith in humanity after like they've all been abused terribly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Makes sense. Campfire cooking in another world with my absurd skills. So this fantasy world do a hero summoning and they get 3 high schoolers from Japan, but just like in the background was a dude at like a supermarket or like a convenience store doing his shopping. He's 27 and he gets no skills that are like sword wielding or holy magic or anything like that. He gets the ability to order online shopping. So he
That's
can open.
actually pretty good.
It's like I'm actually really enjoying this one because he's like
S tier.
he's got Amazon that can deliver to a fantasy world. So he's like, how does he pay?
No, does a box just like come through a portal or what?
Yes, no, that's exactly it. Yep.
Oh, okay, got it.
So my first impressions of the what's out so far is he's leaving trash everywhere because he's like buying cooking ingredients and they come in like plastic bottles and in a box, and he's just like pretending that it's him cooking, which would be like normal ingredients. So he's like covering up all this rubbish. I'm like, dude, don't let her. Come on, man. You're ruining the beautiful nature.
Right. Yes. Terrible. Terrible human.
Terrible human.
Does he keep doing it?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, they don't really call attention to the fact that he's leaving stuff. It's just implied, I guess. Because, I don't know, he could be putting them in his item box and waiting for somewhere to dispose of them properly. He could be doing that. They don't show that. They do show him, like, opening an awful lot of packets of bread and stuff, right? And
a lot of plastic bags just around now.
Yeah, and he's, like, getting single bottles of water instead of, like, a big container. God, it's so wasteful. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a hero. Bad.
Not a hero. Hey, we're done with the isekais.
Hooray, we did it. But
so,
there's more.
There's more. The Ice Guy and his cool female colleague.
Ice Guy, huh?
Yeah, so he is the son of a snow woman. Or at least one of his ancestors was a snow woman. And so his emotions express themselves by generating ice and snow and sleet and little snowmen out of his body. And so he is working, like, this is apparently a semi-normal thing, because there's also a woman at his company who is like, I had fox ancestors, and she has like ears and a tail. And everyone else is just like, yes, I'm from the human clan. I have no special ancestors. And
it sucks to be me. Yeah.
Yeah. So every time he's like, one time he was like, oh, I made a mistake on my paperwork, and he like built himself an igloo at his desk.
Like out of stress?
Yeah.
Why? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh no, panic! Igloo.
Yeah, and all of his coworkers were like, dude, it's a little chilly in here. Do you mind? And he has to like try and like sort himself out so he doesn't feed his coworkers.
So it's Iceman from X-Men.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you only need one ancestor who's all snow powered, like
yeah, I guess he doesn't say he comes from a long line of snow people. He just says
like this one time Snow Lady had sex with a dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look, like 100 years ago.
Could be.
Got it.
Yeah.
Sure. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Okay. Tomo-chan is a girl.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Yep, that's the name of a show.
Good assertion.
Basically, 2 high school friends who have known each other since like kindergarten or whatever. One's a dude, one's a girl, and she's like super tomboyish, and she loves him, but he's like, you're just like one of the dudes, and it's a big problem.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Tragic. Yeah.
Yeah, tragic. Typical rom-com. She does karate, and like all of the girls are scared of her, so she has to like play with the boys to do her karate practice. Only making the problem worse. It's Whew, a real tragedy. Yeah,
That, yeah. I mean, that's quite a conflict.
it is. Yeah. How
Yeah.
awful. Yeah. Uh, and then possibly my favorite show so far is Buddy Daddies.
Okay.
Two assassins
Mm,
who are trying to be like underground criminals and doing stuff, criminal shenanigans and stuff.
of
They,
course.
I guess, live together. I don't know. It's not sure. One of them's like, you're what do you call those people? Like a shut-in. He's like, you're a shut-in. He's like, you're a couch moocher. Like, okay, I guess
Mm.
he lives together. But basically, one of them finds out that a couple of years ago, one of the ladies he was seeing had a kid with him, and now they've got to look after their like 5-year-old daughter while doing
Oh,
assassiny things.
okay.
And yeah, it's
A lot of dad energy.
yeah, it's a lot of that energy, but this kind of show, like, okay, so Spy X
Oh,
Family.
wait.
What?
I saw something on Reddit where this big grizzled older looking dude takes a 5-year-old girl shopping and lets him draw on his face. Is that
I don't think so.
okay? Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah,
Spy X Family. Yes.
Spy X Family is another show about like assassins and spies, and there's like a
Yeah.
young daughter, and it's all wholesome and fun. This one is like, look away, sweetie, as I shoot this guy in the face. it's
Yeah. Okay.
it's a it has
Well,
the
less wholesome.
less wholesome. There's lots of like straight up murder, which I feel like wouldn't normally be present in a show like this. So it's kind of toting that line where it's, could be good. Could be good.
Okay. That's interesting.
I'm gonna recommend trying it out.
All right. What's it called again?
Buddy Daddies.
Oh my gosh, that's the stupidest name.
Yes, it is. Also, Campfire Cooking with My Absurd Skill in Another World is being made by Mappa, who did Chainsaw Man and like Attack on Titan.
Yeah, I know who Mappa is.
Okay.
I'm enough of a weeb for that.
So that could also be well done.
They're like, we're tired of all the violence. Let us do cooking now.
Exactly.
I mean, they're really good at cooking animation too. So like, sure.
Yeah, I recommend giving it
Yeah.
a try. It could be fun.
Where can I stream this? It's on the Crunchyroll. I guess.
Both of them are on Crunchyroll.
Okay.
Give them both a go.
Is Crunchyroll and the other anime streaming service
Funimation?
Funimation? Is Funimation gone?
No.
Weren't they supposed to merge?
They have,
happened?
and some of Funimation's stuff is now on Crunchyroll, but it's still spread up by country, and there's stuff I can only watch on Funimation, and they're still like, we'll take your subscriptions to Funimation. We're not shutting down just yet, and I don't know why.
Oh. I thought for sure they'd be shut down by now.
You would think, but no.
Huh.
And I mean,
these things take a while, I suppose.
I guess so. Yeah. It really annoys me that they haven't just like, all right, here's all the shows you can watch on Crunchyroll now. It's really frustrating.
Yeah. Get with the program, guys.
Mm-hmm.
You promised this to us. Maybe they'll get there eventually. Maybe soon.
Maybe.
All right. It's on my watch list.
Excellent.
When does it come out? What day of the week?
I can look that up. Give me a minute.
Because heaven forbid it just show it on the show page. It's like,
you
whatever.
think. Forgot what shows are recommended. Buddy Daddies is Fridays, 9:30 PT. Pacific time.
Pacific time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Campfire Cooking is Tuesdays, 9:30 Pacific time.
Got it.
Yeah.
Tuesday, Friday release.
Yep.
Okie doke.
That's the anime wrap up.
Solid anime wrap up. Thank you for keeping us abreast of every isekai that ever comes out. Omicron, I appreciate it.
That wasn't even all of them.
Oh my gosh.
That was just the ones I
Seriously?
chose to watch. Oh yeah.
So you're saying the isekai market is oversaturated?
Slightly, yeah. So there's one that I'm not watching called Reborn to Master the Blade, from Hero King to Extraordinary Squire.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's another one I'm also not watching. Yep, Fruit of Evolution 2. Before I knew it, I had my life made. I didn't like the first season, so I'm not watching the second season. The reincarnation of the strongest exorcist in another world. Also don't give a fuck. The magical revolution of the reincarnated princess and the genius young lady. There are so many. Even I can't keep up.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, one thing I did want to talk about real quick. So Witcher 3 had their remake put out.
Mm-hmm.
And am I surprised that CD Projekt Red screwed up a release in 2023? Not really. No.
What did they screw up in their HD remaster of their own game? Because it's just like an update. It's not an actual like remaster or anything, is it? You didn't have to buy a new game, did you? It was just like, hey, here's a next gen patch.
Yeah.
Okay. So the game should still work because it did work before, right?
Right. But all the settings that I had before that ran at 90 FPS with my 3080, now it's 30 FPS.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah. Is it 30 solid, like they're locking it to 30, or is it just like 30-ish?
No, it wavers.
Okay.
It gets worse when I'm in cities, and it gets a little better when I'm out in Nowheresville. But like, I can't get 60. It's just not possible. It's like, great, thanks guys, you're the best.
So they updated the graphics, and now it's more GPU intensive? Wild.
Apparently. But way more GPU intensive. Like, not worth losing 60 FPS for how much better it looks. Not even close.
Tone the settings
Honestly,
down.
I'm like, I know. I had to they're like, ray tracing's broken. I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. That reminds me of some things from Cyberpunk.
Yep.
Yeah, like we added ray tracing. It's like, whoa, well, it's on. Your FPS is like 6. So maybe don't use that right now.
So that's the Cyberpunk Easter egg. It's broken settings. Yeah.
You guys remember this?
What they actually want to do is spoil people's memory of the game. That way, the TV show doesn't look as bad in comparison. That way, they can have a hit Cyberpunk TV show and a hit Witcher show.
That's amazing. Holy smokes. Yeah, so I was just like, CD Projekt Red, what is wrong with you guys? Like, who was the QA person that was like, yes, the ray tracing feature works perfectly, let's put this out? I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt and say that QA was raising holy hell about this, and management was like, screw you guys, we're doing it anyway, we have a date.
Which, isn't that what they said about what happened at Cyberpunk? Where they were like, QA was like, we know this doesn't work, and they're like, we'll just release like an older build then. And then the older build was also shit.
Yeah, because of course it was. They're like, we've pushed the date 4 times already. We can't do it again. It's like, yes, you can. I promise. You totally can. Yeah. So yeah, it's just really stupid.
Wow.
I don't know that it needed it. Like, remember when I was playing Witcher 3 for the first time and I was just ranting about sunsets and stuff, and you were like, we get it, Falcon. You like the sunsets.
Yeah.
It was a really pretty game already. No part of me was like, this game needs to be re-upped in the graphics department.
It's true.
Okay,
you definitely did believe it was a very pretty game at the time.
Yeah. Okay.
When did it come out?
The
Witcher 3, 2016.
Yeah.
So it's like a 9-year-old game. Almost.
Your math terrifies and confuses me.
7. I was going for odd numbers. I reached for the wrong one.
Okay. 7's a little scary, but 9 was like, what?
No, I remember when people were like, yes, The Witcher 3 is going to be the prettiest game ever. Here's how it looks on PC. It will not look like this on consoles. And I look at it, and it's still good. It's no longer the greatest thing, but it's still, I imagine it holds up.
Yeah.
Without this update.
Yeah. I played through it again last year, ? And it held up. No part of me was like, man, this game is showing its age. Woo! Look at all those pixels and polygons. No, it's fine. It's a great. They put a ton of work into it in 2016, and it came out and looked fantastic. It still does. So I don't.
Do
whatever.
Do you have the choice of not having the patch? Could
Yeah.
you just be like, okay?
In Steam, you can be like, launch the real one, the regular one, please, and it's like, no problem. So,
does it remember your settings between launching the original and the new one?
Oh, good question. I don't know.
Because you could then really be like, oh yeah, I'm not kidding. I was getting 90 FPS a year ago on the old one.
Right.
Yeah. It would also make getting identical comparison, like side-by-side screenshots, really easy, because like it's the same settings, it's just loading different assets.
Yeah. It's ray tracing.
And ray tracing.
It's just ray tracing. Whatever they're doing with the ray tracing stuff that NVIDIA has is bad. They don't know how to use this thing that NVIDIA developed at all.
Plot twist. Who knew?
Yeah. I thought maybe they would have figured it out after the Cyberpunk release, but nope. Still no. Anyway. CDPR, we love you guys, but figure it out, honestly.
I'm sure they'll get there.
There was a tweet the other day, I think it was in Polish too. Twitter translated it for me, but it's like CD Projekt Red promises not to have crunch in development time and not release stuff before it's ready anymore. And I'm like, okay, great, just like do it. But you screwed up this Witcher thing, so I don't believe you at this point.
Yeah, I'm gonna press X to doubt.
Yeah. This is ridiculous. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I went to the subreddit for Witcher, and like there are tons of complaints. They're like, what did they do? Like, why can I barely, like, tweaking all of the settings, why can I barely get 40 FPS? Like, this is not okay. It's like, yeah.
Well, see, they're actually working in collaboration with NVIDIA to get people to buy the new generation of cards. You now need a 4090 Ti to play it at 60. So,
yeah, that's entirely possible. There were a lot of people in there like who got I got a 2060 or something, and it's like it's just horrible. It's like
yeah,
yeah,
I believe it.
yeah.
Ugh.
So on that happy note, I think we're gonna wrap it up. There's something else that we need to cover.
Well, there's 0 StarCraft happening at the moment.
True.
Yep. For another less than a month, but no StarCraft.
Yeah, they're still working on that patch.
I keep seeing videos about like, oh, there's been a revision, but they don't like, we don't get a blue post about it. It's just like I have to be like, thank you, Zombie Grub, for investigating and figuring out the patch notes changes.
Yeah, they're just like changing stuff in the PTR without announcing what they're doing. So like, yeah, YouTubers have to be like, hey, this is different, neat.
Makes it really easy to keep up with all the changes, so I know what's gonna happen.
Someone's got to do the work. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I appreciate that there's some thought going into this, and they weren't just like the first revision, and then maybe we'll change a couple things, and bam, let's go. Like they're actually not rushing it. So again, it's one person, so it's kind of hard to rush.
Right.
But I really do feel like that final patch where they buffed Void Rays all to hell was like that was one person just doing whatever they wanted. So I'm glad they're not doing that again, is what I'm saying.
No, that's fair. What do you think the odds are that this patch comes out before Katowice? Like the final version?
Ooh. That's February. It's coming up.
Because I think they did say the new map pool would be out.
Yeah.
Kato.
Sure. It's a bit easier.
Yeah, that's a bit easier, but I feel like you want the pros to have figured out the maps a little bit, you know?
Sure. Yeah.
And
mixing that up will be good.
Also, they gotta be like, how much prep time do they need for Kato? Because at the moment, I'm seeing like the ESL cups that like Pigcast and plays in on his Twitch streams. That they're doing that on the PTR. So there's like, okay, there's a bunch of pros getting hands on with the upcoming changes, But how much, like, at what time do they go, okay, well, I need to focus on what's going to be out? Is
Right.
it the current version? Is it the PTR? Do they know something we don't?
I don't know what the official policy has been, but I feel like giving them at least 3 weeks, like a
Mm.
month
Mm-hmm.
with the new patch before throwing him into a premier tournament seems cool.
Well, the world, what is the de facto world championship tournament as well, right?
Right.
Like,
That's an extra point. Oh yeah, so maybe they just wait.
maybe they just wait because it is 3
Yeah.
weeks to a month away.
Uh-huh. Yeah, at this point I would wait until after Katowice. Even if they think it's ready, I would be like,
Just hold
let's
off.
let's let this calendar year finish up.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not throw in major balance changes to a lot of stuff before the World Championship. Good call.
Yeah, I want to bet you a Coke that tomorrow they push it live.
Okay.
Just to spite us talking about it today, because there is a long history of everything happening the day after the podcast. There is a long history of that.
Nope, that's true.
Yeah, so I'm gonna bet you a Coke that it comes out
Okay.
tomorrow. Yeah.
Deal. I'll take that bet.
All right.
I'd be surprised. I would.
Yeah, you would. Yeah, I would be
Yeah.
surprised, but not shocked. You know, I'd be like, oh, okay, that's
Yeah.
interesting. But no, this tracks.
But Blizzard's dead, so like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what patch it was when they merged Hydralisk speed and attack range, and every ZVP at this tournament was just Hydra busts, and every Protoss died to it every time.
Mm-hmm.
And that I don't think that was definitely not a world championship, but it
No.
was a pretty solid premier tournament. So
I
that was
don't
hilarious because as soon as that tournament was over, like the instant they were like, new patch, Hydras are nerfed. Because no one could figure it out. Every Protoss would just die. They would try to get Colossus, Disruptors. They'd try getting Storm. And it was just like, no, the Hydras show up too quickly and they have range. So you just die. It was like, oof.
Yep.
That was a good time.
Yeah. Yes, it was.
All right, let's wrap it up. I think
Let's
we're
wrap
done
it
here.
Yep. We should.
Sorry to Swiss, you're working late.
Yep. Sorry for having to work late. It's not my fault, but I'm going to apologize anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I know the feeling.
There's a Terror the Overlord shirt available at falconpaladin.store.
Falconpaladin.store. Get the Terry the Overlord shirt. And stuff.
Great design. I like it very much.
Had to fiddle with it a little to make it look okay on the shirt.
Somicron did some good work with it.
I am worried about the printing. So if anyone who gets one goes, yeah, this looks like it could be better. I can still fiddle with it more, and you'll just be stuck with the OG original limited edition bad printing version.
Okay.
They'll be exclusive.
Yeah, let us know. Give us feedback if you got the shirt and you're not happy about something.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Please.
Okay, excellent. So yeah, falconpaladin.store. Good way to support the podcast. And then patreon.com/falconpaladin or /Somicron for the podcast. Direct support there as well. Support it like I do. All right. So that's going to be it for us. Again, we stream this thing live at twitch.tv/Somicron every week on Tuesday in the US and on Wednesday if you're in Straya. And then we put the VODs on the YouTubes.
It's true.
As well. So if you just search Falcon Paladin Hour on YouTube, you'll find it. Pretty easy to
I'm
check
the
out.
@Somicron handle. I got that.
You got a new handle.
Well, I got the new @handle that they adopted to be in line with Twitter. I still don't have the personalized URL.
Okay. But the @handle works. So just youtube.com/@Somicron.
Exactly.
Perfect. That's so much easier. Okay,
Yep.
Do that.
Yes.
All right. Fantastic. So that's going to be it from us again. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And until next week, stay safe and stay healthy. And above all, please take care of yourself. Goodbye.
Bye.